Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. I am the Majestic Snare and this is another Warframe video. It's quite clear to me I'm becoming an addict. Not just to Warframe, but to making videos about Warframe and talking about Warframe to people at work and jumping on the app and checking that things are being built properly and whether things are ready or not and all kinds of stuff like that. What I want to do today is go over a little bit about kind of like a beginner's guide to Warframe. But before I do, I want to say another big massive thank you to everybody who's watched and got involved and engaged with the video I did on Tuesday. Just my 150 hour review. Thank you everybody to anyone that's jumped in, said a comment. There's lovely comments coming through from that video, so thank you. Just a very quick thanks, that's it, job done. Okay, the first thing I want to mention is a really important one, and it's one that I'm struggling with now because I like the game so much, but that is to remember that Warframe is a game, not a job, okay? Now, if you do enjoy the game and what the game gives back to you, you'll spend a lot of time doing it, but please don't have the problem of just jumping in and spending 20 hours a day on it, okay? There is so much to do in Warframe. If you went to an all-you-can-eat buffet and ate everything in the fucking restaurant, you'd die, okay? You can come back another time. You can buy another ticket. You can sit at another table, have a different view, but you don't have to do it all in once, okay? So in Warframe, there is so much content that it's impossible to digest it all at the same time. I think I'm getting there with this point, but all I'm saying is it's a game, so have fun with it, okay? Don't treat it like a job. It's not something you have to log in and do stuff. You can have some fun, you can come back to it another time, and you know, the game is good enough that it'll make you want to do that, honestly. So just chill, enjoy the time you have with it. Now, one of the difficult things I found when I started to play Warframe is explaining it to people that haven't played Warframe, because when you start playing Warframe you kind of get the impression it's a third-person shooter, and then you have more time with the game and then you start to see it from a different angle and it changes for you over the kind of first 50-60 hours, okay? So don't be discouraged when you can't explain it to your friends and family when they go, what is that game you play so much? You can probably describe it in a number of different ways, but don't let that bog you down, okay? It's a game where it's a run and gun PvE looter kind of situation. It's really difficult to describe. I'm sure there's a better way of doing it, more articulate than I can be, but at the end of the day it's a game where you grind and get stuff. I really don't know what to call it, so don't feel bad about it. One point I want to make is that this game is absolutely 100% free, okay? Now, there are many points in the game where you are able to buy with real money things that are in the game, absolutely true, but there is a complete economy running throughout the game that you do not need to spend any money. So I would advise, with the platinum you get when you start, so you get 50 platinum when you start the game, only use that for weapon slots and Warframe slots to help you build up a little bit of flexibility. Now, personally, I have purchased platinum because I want to collect everything, and to do so I need the slots to store it. So don't feel bad and don't feel like you have to buy anything with real money, okay? This game is beautiful as a free-to-play, and even if you're playing a basic character with basic things and maybe one or two guns, if you find the kind of thing that you like, then you play it. I mean, that's exactly what it is. You can do whatever you want in this game, and you can play with people that are billions of levels above you, but also you can play with people that are around your level. Complete randoms. The levels are designed that you all get the same kind of loot, and so if you can survive a particular level of mission, then you are able to play that mission. It's not a problem, it really isn't. So if you want to just jump in with friends, maybe you got a friend that is really into Warframe and you're worried about taking the plunge, then just have a go. Look, I said in my last video, don't do drugs, do Warframe, and I think this is quite an important point. It does have a good ability to get its hooks into you. It's colourful, it's dynamic, and you will have fun in it once you get to grips with the movement and how the game kind of how the missions pan out at different types of missions. But I'd say you still don't have to spend any money, okay? So just get that into your head that this is a 100% free-to-play game. If you look on YouTube, you will see many guides of what things to select, what things to do in the game. I'm of the opinion that you shouldn't really look at that stuff, and to be honest, just do what makes you happy, okay? As I said before, this is a game to have fun with, and because if you make a bad decision, it's not going to end the world for you, okay? You get a choice of one of 3 Warframes at the start of the game, and a lot of guides say choose Excalibur because It's difficult to get Excalibur through the game. It's quite a late frame to get hold of, etc. And there's all these reasons. But to be honest, I started with Excalibur because I followed that advice. But if you like the look of the other two, I think is it Volt and Mag? I can't remember what the other two are now. It's been so long. But if you like the look of the other two, then choose them. There's no reason not to. It's something that's completely down to you, and you will have fun with any of the Warframes, because each and every Warframe of the different, you could call them classes, I suppose, they all have very distinct styles of play and abilities, and there's so much to choose from. So if you like the look of Mag over the look of Excalibur, that's your call. You go for it. There's nobody going to tell you that's the wrong choice. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a choice in the first place. Okay. One piece of advice I would give to any new player to get used to the game themselves and get used to what's in the missions is to play solo. Okay. Because when you're playing with in a public setting with randoms who may be streams and streams ahead of you, they're there to grind and they're there to do it quickly. So quite often you'll go to a mission and they'll run off, complete the mission, run to the extraction point of each mission before you've even caught them up. Now, while sometimes that's really helpful because you might have a tough boss to get through, at the start you want to kind of understand how those missions work. So play solo, apart from interception, because I think you need people for that one. But make sure you can go through those missions and understand what you are required to do, because later on in the game, when you're playing with a team that may rely on your abilities or may rely on you being part of winning that particular mission and being successful, it's really important that you know what you're doing. Okay, nobody's going to start giving you shit for making things go wrong, but I would just suggest that in your benefit or for your benefit, play solo for the first couple of planets, certainly through that first tutorial moment on Earth, but go through the rest of the planets and unlock as many planets as you can on your own, and just get used to playing the game, get used to the movement, get used to the weapons that you might have, etc, etc. Just spend time soaking it in, because you'll be doing it you'll be doing a lot of the missions over and over again, and you'll get used to them. But when you're in a high level mission, something slightly tweaks and you'll be like, oh, I don't know what to do, and then you'll be with people that are just running ahead of you and you'll feel like you're not doing anything or you're being a burden. So my advice is just play on your own and just get the hang of things. Nothing too grand, just the hang of things, and then jump straight in and become part of the Warframe community, because there's so many people that love to help people with this game. Throughout my time doing videos about Warframe and also playing Warframe on stream, I found one continuous theme that's happened to me, and that is people telling me that I have to play The Second Dream and The War Within. It was almost constant. Anytime I would make a video about Warframe and talk about how I was experiencing the game at the time, people would say, you've got to play Second Dream, you've got to play Second Dream, it's amazing, it's an amazing quest, and it is. Okay, I've played Second Dream, I haven't played The War Within yet, that's still a little way out of my reach, but I would say this, do not look up stuff about Warframe, because you might see the kind of spoilers for that story, and it is something you want to experience yourself, and to be honest, it's a great thing to experience. It's a really nice part of the Warframe story, so just try not to spoil it for yourself, okay? There are lots of people who would love to watch you play it and maybe help you out, and I would say one thing, that The Second Dream is worth it. Worth the time, worth the effort, and the payoff is worth it, definitely. Okay? And following on from that point, don't worry about not knowing things. As I said in my 150-hour review, research, research, research. It's really important for you to, when you want to understand something, to go off game, go off piste, and have a bit of a researching session into the thing you found, the Warframe you've got, tips about putting mods on your Warframe, etc. It's all those kind of things. Don't be scared to ask questions. Don't be scared to do that own research yourself and find out the ins and outs of the thing that you are dealing with, picked up, found, discovered, whatever. Because there is so much content in Warframe. There is so much to do, so much to experience, so much to find, that sometimes you just have to take a step back and go, oh, whoa, hold it there, boy. We need to work out what the fuck we've got, because I've got this really awesome looking thing and I don't know what it does. And you might find it's really useful, or you might find it's completely useless, and therefore you can either sell it, put mods on it, whatever you want to do, whatever it is. So just don't be worried about not knowing things and do your own research. I'd also say don't get attached to a Warframe. You will have Warframes in and out depending on the mission types because of their special abilities that they have from Warframe to Warframe, but you might go, oh, I really love Excalibur, it's my Warframe, I don't like playing with any others. That's fine. absolutely fine if that's what you want to do. But at the same time, if you have a Warframe that is particularly good in a particular situation, you might want to use it, or you might be just using one to level up your mastery rank. Kind of goes swings and roundabouts. It's a game you play how you want to play it. There's no dictated way to do it. It's not okay. The story is fairly linear, but it's not a linear game. You can jump into a mission over there, play with a different bunch of people. Everyone looks different. You know, there's so much to it. So at the end of the day, don't get attached to one particular Warframe, because you might have to change it around to succeed in a mission. Simple as that. But if you really love a Warframe, it's a bit of a, I'm saying both sides of the point here. But if you really love a Warframe, don't feel bad about sticking with one. It's just that you don't have to just play with one Warframe. You can switch around. That's the whole, you know, you have all these Warframes to choose from. Why not play with them all? Simple. Now for me, it wouldn't really be a Warframe video if I wasn't going to dick on Destiny. And to be honest, it's far too easy. Just one thing is to remember what game you're playing. You're playing Warframe. This isn't Destiny. It does everything that Destiny's been trying to do in the second installment of Destiny 2, but it does it better and was doing it 5 years ago probably. So just bear in mind that if you're coming from a game like Destiny, like I did, then just be open-minded and experience the game for how it should be played, and that is any way you fucking like. So in summary, Warframe is obviously a game that I'm really loving right now, and I'd love you guys, if you're not playing Warframe at the moment, to give it a shot. There's a lot there for you, and to be honest, you'll have a great time. You can have a great time with friends, you can have a great time on your own, and it's a game you can pick up and put down at any point you like. I will say one particular thing that is an effect of loving Warframe so much, and I think it's becoming love. I'd never really said that about a video game, but I just have, so I'm going to keep it in. But one thing I will say is that the language you use with people that also understand Warframe, you all suddenly click into this kind of, you know exactly what each other is talking about, but people that don't know about Warframe maybe wouldn't. And it's such a weird feeling. It's not an elite thing. It's just a connection and a bonding thing. I mean, the people that I speak to at work about Warframe, we all understand the bits and bobs, and we all like to share the information and the things that we found, and oh, did you know there's this thing on that planet, or did you know that this particular Warframe can do that thing? It's really good when you mix it up with this. It's the sharing of knowledge that's a great feeling, and when I talk about the community, that's kind of what I'm talking about, right? People sharing information, people having fun together, which is at the end of the day exactly what games should be about. It's not a job, it should be an enjoyable pastime, and Warframe just has it in fucking spades. So well done to the developers, well done to the community, well done to the game for igniting a bit of passion back into gaming for me. That's what it really has done. I've really enjoyed my time with it, and many hundreds of hours to go. Oh my god, so much time. So guys, that's my video on the beginning guide to Warframe. It's not as factual bits and bobs that you get in a lot of the guides. It's more about kind of your way to approach the game. I hope you've enjoyed it. Now remember, we do have videos coming out every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and on Saturday there'll be another review coming out. I hope you enjoy it. It's not Warframe, but it's a good video nonetheless. I will be back next week on Tuesday with another installment of something awesome. But don't forget, if you have liked today's video, please do like the video down below and leave me a comment about what you would give somebody as advice if they were about to start Warframe. What would you suggest they do? Quite a few of you have mentioned some things in Tuesday's video. That's fantastic, thank you for that. And why don't you just copy and paste it onto this video so there's another comment. Yeah, that's a good idea. But no, seriously, let me know what you think about when you started Warframe, or if you've got any questions about Warframe. Maybe you're thinking about taking the plunge and you're not quite sure. I respond to every comment, and I don't get that many, so it's very easy to respond. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in to Tinterwebs to listen to little old me go on about how much I like Warframe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, love you, bye bye.